The new UI extensions, I think, really are just opening up a lot of new possibilities to build directly in HubSpot.
I think using right now the UI extensions versus the old CRM panel is completely a no-brainer.
We've basically been able to import almost our entire app experience just into HubSpot.
It feels like building our own app, but we're building it in HubSpot.
It really pops when you go to a HubSpot contact and you've got the Sendoso UI extension there, because let's say you're a Boston Celtics fan, for example. You go to the page, you're going to immediately see gift suggestions related to the Boston Celtics, and it's going to pop on the contact page. Initially, how we started working with HubSpot was we created API endpoints that just allowed customers to somewhat manually automate the process of sending a gift. And then we used our Chrome extension to load on top of contacts. We've basically been able to import almost our entire app experience just into HubSpot. So there was always a part of it where you would need to leave HubSpot, go into Sendoso, build the thing, go back into HubSpot, and then apply the thing that you built. This just solves that entire problem and allows users to never leave HubSpot to use Sendoso. Now that we're living on the contact itself, when you go to a contact, you'll immediately get a gift suggestion, and that is based on data that we have. We should be able to use the data that HubSpot has, the data that we have, to basically put together really targeted messaging and then also really personalized suggestions too. We had an end-to-end functioning demo in about 48 hours from when we started. I was completely blown away. Basically, like, make a change, roll it out, and it was immediately visible in the UI extensions. Like, independent of HubSpot altogether, it's just like our customers should be able to get up and going faster.
Pandadoc was one of the first companies many years ago to use the HubSpot CRM cards to initiate the document creation for the proposals, quotes, and other types of documents from HubSpot. And even though that was a great integration, and still it is a great integration, we have been noticing several limitations. First of all, when you're speaking about the large deal and long relationships with the customer, you would have quite a lot of documents, and you literally have to scroll down quite a bit. Customers love Pandadoc for very rich analytics capabilities, and we have almost been forcing the customers to leave HubSpot and enter Pandadoc to see all these details, because it was not able to expose all that information in HubSpot. If you can completely eliminate this friction by providing a native experience in the HubSpot, you're just jumping right away into the direct value. No one would really understood where HubSpot is ending and where Pandadoc is starting. I think using right now the UI extensions versus the old CRM panel is completely a no-brainer. It is fast, it is flexible, it is reducing the onboarding time.
The CRM cards, as they existed before with like the JSON format, they're always pretty static. We were kind of done. Like, there was nothing really else that we could do. So the new UI extensions, I think, really are just opening up a lot of new possibilities for us to build more flows directly in HubSpot. Like being able to use forms and panels and have different surface areas that we can put our extension on kind of made us at the beginning go back to the drawing board and say, like, oh, how would we structure our extension now? The code for the UI extension is all pretty standard React. So anybody that has at least a passing familiarity with React should feel like they're able to get up to speed pretty quickly.
UI extensions are a really big deal for us because a lot of sales leaders, they already have enough trouble getting their sales reps to actually, have proper data hygiene in CRM, in Sales Hub. The last thing that they need is to multiply that problem over by having these other tools where they need their sales reps to work. And so UI extensions allows all kinds of folks to actually work in HubSpot. That means their existing workflows are going to be more efficient because they can just stay in one tool. And in some cases, it's not just a matter of efficiency, but actually a completely qualitative difference. There's some people who are just going to be engaging with this data, understanding this data, even interacting with it, actually taking action on that data that they just wouldn't if they had to use a different tool. HubSpot, with native support for forecasting, reduces the learning curve, primarily by reducing friction, right? Just taking people's existing workflows and seamlessly integrating them with this new powerful suite of capabilities. The first time I saw the way that UI extensions work, I raised an eyebrow, curiously, but nevertheless, it's this sort of unusual paradigm with this React SDK, these serverless functions. But it's been incredible. I mean, first of all, it really aligns well with our tech stack. It feels like building our own app, but we're building it in HubSpot.
Bye-bye.